take the risk management test. Everyone faces some level of financial risk, but most people hope that catastrophe will strike someone else. Sadly, someone else may be you. This is why it is critical to review your insurances regularly and ensure they still meet your needs. Would you be able to cope with the risk of inadequate cover? Have you got too much cover? If circumstances have changed, have you adjusted your insurance? You can be systematic in looking at the risks you face. Firstly, identify the risk. Secondly, analyse how significant the risk is. And lastly, decide how you will handle the risk. Your choices are: reduce the risk in some way, like installing burglar alarms; build up significant financial reserves so you can manage a loss if it occurs, saving; or buy protection in the form of insurance. Everyone is different, and for that reason, we recommend a periodic review with a risk management professional such as your financial advisor. To start with, what would happen if you lost your house, lost your car, lost your investment property, lost your personal effects, lost your income, were hospitalised, were unable to work through disability, died? It's easy to tick a box quickly without too much thought. Make sure you consider issues such as the rising costs of rebuilding your home and replacing lost assets, debt secured against assets such as mortgages and investment loans, providing for people who are dependent upon you. If the number of your dependents has reduced, you may have more insurance cover than you need. A change in marital status, accumulated leave from your job, such as sick leave, long service leave and annual leave, your health and those of your dependents. But it's not easy to work through this alone. Use this grid as a starting point and make an appointment to see us. We can ask the questions you haven't thought of. Even if the analysis shows you have managed your risks effectively, it will be worth the time for peace of mind. And don't forget, next year you need to do it all over again, because the only constant in our lives is change.
Did you see the news this morning? That poor family. I would hate to think what would happen if we lost a loved one.
I feel for them. The last thing they probably want to think about is how they're going to survive financially now.
Thankfully, we took care of all this last year, just so if an illness or death happens, our family wouldn't be financially burdened. The advisor we met up with made sure we had appropriate personal protection in place, put us in touch with the solicitor who prepared our wills, and made sure we had the right executor to deal with our estate. While we hope nothing happens to either of us anytime soon, at least we know the financial impact will be a lot easier on everyone because of the steps we've taken.
Maybe it's time I look into doing something about protecting my family.
I think so. The best thing is that Financial Advisors works with a number of specialists, including accountants and solicitors, to ensure that you receive the best advice to enable you to plan for unexpected future events.
Many people only start to think about their superannuation when they're planning to retire, as they know they generally can't access it when they're working. But what you've got to keep in mind is that even though super is designed to provide you with an income during retirement, it's still your money and you can normally control where and how it's invested. In fact, breaking it all down, super is simply a tax-effective investment structure that's designed to help provide for your retirement. The long-term nature of investing using superannuation allows people to take advantage of one of the greatest benefits of investing, compound interest, which occurs when interest is earned on an investment and then interest is earned on the interest, and so on. The longer your time horizon, the more money you can potentially earn through compound interest. While the sole purpose of superannuation is to provide for retirement, it can do more than that. It can allow you to structure insurance in a cash flow effective way so that if something happens to you and you can't work, your bills can be paid or your family cared for in the event of premature death. Add to these the tax incentives that the government offers on super contributions and super earnings, and you're looking at a very flexible investment vehicle. To find out more about how super works and how it can work for you, please contact us today.